Hi everyone, it's Jen from Mind's Eye. We're gonna do the holistic review. And what we're gonna do is when I see this already for the week, getting right started, like right off the bat, you just can't even get it known on how well the election went. And so when you look at it as far as healthcare, and it looks like it's going to be gone forever, you actually see something come through and you can't even understand why it came through that way in a way unknown. So let's look at the Peach Moonstone runes. You have to excuse me. Been sneezing a lot today. So when I see this, something was giving healthcare an ulcer, an absolute ulcer, where you can't even get it known whatsoever. And then when I see it, there was a type of wealth that came in, but there was some sort of gift that was given that brought a lot of joy, and it flowed so well for healthcare, as we know as the FDA and what we know as the CDC, the DPH, etc. And when I'm seeing Hegel, it was a type of habit that actually caused positive chaos, which is chaos. It is a type of controlled chaos that they is known in physics to regain a control of atoms unbeknownst to a mathematical type of lighting of a fire, almost like a phoenix of the rising of the ashes. So when I see this, it actually is confirming when I see the rune Urus, it means that it literally gave power to something that continued this trolling, this rolling out of almost a stone wheel so old that you couldn't get it done fast enough. I mean, this was like a stroke of luck. And it's showing me a golf course, but it wasn't anything related to former President Trump as we knew him at that moment. So when I'm seeing this, I'm saying the defense can't understand how well it went through at all. When you see Rido in this, you say, it is a gone good luck. Thank God it went through. We're gonna get what we need. I'm seeing people, yes, go through, go through. It's fine. Berkana, it was a birth of something that came through unbeknownst to give and gain money on a proper way over the last week that actually closed out some of the ill fate that we have been experiencing in that type of discipline of the field. So when I see a was as a type of strength that came through, it was a true universal energy block from astrology study that caused the freeze where we could actually regain and we could have a break from COVID ramping up, pneumonia and flu and everything else going on. So when I see Nadis, I see something comes in quietly and stoically that is not to be known, and it is a little ghost-like, but it's not supposed to be like that. When I say Ingwa, it really means it's a type of living that all adhere to an oath of honor of being in that discipline, that they could give it out well. And when I see Dega, it actually comes in so hard as a remnants and remnants in this meaning of a good memory where they actually get proper pay on Medicare and insurances. I mean, this heritage and estate of this culture of workers who work in this field, it actually comes in so true. You can't even do it in fast enough. Like I can't, I hear people, I can't even believe the funding that actually comes in over the next like 1 to 3 to 1 to 5 years. You just can't even understand it because in reality, when you hear Pertho, when you hear Perth and you see pair, it was a group of individuals that dare to say best no more. But then when I see this canoe, I see torching of something that actually would give you an ulcer, where the warrior says, no, not done do, not done do at all. And the strength of this actually comes in and says, you just can't even be solid when you see so well. It's so solid when they walk in, it's almost inflexible. So when I see this, it's a type of collection. So I see audit on one, but I also see funding at the same time. So yes, there are some good and some bad, but you just started, Jennifer, with a good positive. What's actually true? Everything's happening all at once. That is the balance of what you call a new. So when you see this one, which is using your intuition and your instinct, you have to go day by day on what is a real. When you do a real in healthcare, it means uh, an audit of documentation. It's just that time of year. So everyone was getting excited, but I'm seeing this. And a scry, all is a nil. So basically, when it comes to elections, everything starts on a clean slate, on new billing, on new everything, and starts again. That's really nothing new. And that is okay. That actually is in accordance of the law because you have to start on where the old balances were from terms and other things. And that is the beauty of living in a world that has not been able to have a lot of closure from past lives and eras. So let's look at the Light Seer's Tarot. So that was a lot of energy to knock out. And that's what I hear by Tuesday. That's a lot of energy to knock out. So when I see this, this has happened before in a presidency, in an election. You're not to know. Your intuition will not feel who wins and who doesn't. It is to maintain balance when they're not putting out a whole lot of numbers. When you see this, it is a type of sun, unhappiness. It is a little deceitful at times. It is meant to stay at home and meant to stay in a way unknown, almost like hostage. I do see GI bug still. It's just continuous. It's a type of ending that is a good of most. This, when I see this, I actually have to say, in foresight, going forward on that, it was in such a way unknown that when you actually look at partnerships and marriages, when it comes to this healthcare, it is a type of beat feet. This is something of a prudency lax that will give a struggle of like type of addiction that I saw as a visiting nurse that's not an intoxication. It is a type of lackadaisical mindset and work ethic at times when they're tired of something. But then they say, but actually it's the caseload. So when I see the Four of Wands, I see everything is good. Everything is really good. You just can't get it done. It is a cause for a celebration of a get together because of how prudent everything was. But there's still some sort of bad contract still happening. It is still clearing out on a finish out that's highly strong. So the Ten of Cups says, don't even go to a contentment order. Don't even go anywhere on that because it's true rush of emotions. It is a dirty dealing. It is no logic whatsoever. That is at the back burner. They would say that was actually probably coming in November of next year, but I'm seeing it on the table tonight. The Four of Pentacles says you can't even secure enough of your finances because the Knight of Wands says don't even worry about it at all. It's a type of passion to get it known. But the Ace of Cups says don't even worry about being psychic or intuitive. It will be gifted to you in a type of get together that I see like continuing educations and meetings that is not meant to be understood at that moment. But you will use your intuition and you will use your instinct so hard and so fast that you can't get it known. So it's not well planted yet on what is going to continue out for the next week, but monetary balance does come in a positive way, in the correct way. That is the transition of times, not in a turbulent end force as what we've been seeing, but it's something to be diligent, healthcare workers and all of them. Be on your guard more ways than one for unfulfilled wishes that come through post-election, because there is a seeming always to a degree of a population of a finality of relief, but it is a new journey for everyone, no matter what happened in the election. So when I see this at most with the Seven of Swords, there is no taking away from it. You can't even steal it. It's so secure with its inheritance and its money and its land and its way. Like it's hard to describe this Ten of Pentacles when I look at it. It's its resources that there's no foul move whatsoever. Absolute honor. I'm seeing a lot of honor this week with healthcare. Better coming in with communication rather than destabilization and relaxing to the world. It really is completing out a cycle. The King of Cups says it was well thought. They balanced themselves. They were good. It was during rest. They woke up and they said it was time to move on. It was agreeable to some partnerships. Lack of money. I don't see loss of money in some areas, but it is something. We will all miss our coworkers when at this time. But all you need to know is that it really is a struggle when you actually look at the public on how it became medical bills so bad over the last 15 to 20 years that there needs to be some sort of handle on it whatsoever. All right, so let's look at something a little bit lighter. Let's go for the Pleiadian Oracle and also the Starseed Oracle on this one. All right. All right. Pakal's Tomb. That really means digging into your resources. So I see visiting nurses actually doing audits on their car boxes. When I'm seeing sacred geometrics, I'm seeing actuaries for insurance companies running numbers. When I see the golden egg, I'm seeing their retirement funds. And then when I see the song of the soul, I'm seeing the flow of the day of productivity to make sure everything was done. And when I see service, it is a go out and play. When they are actually doing their work on all ways that they can do it, it is actually fun. And then when you actually see Marope in this, it means their contentment order is that they were able to get everything done. I see that for about 3 to 5 days. They wish for it for 9 days, but really it has to do with energy. It really is energy. It actually is quite passionate when you're actually with the right energy in healthcare and doing it correctly. So with that being said, they really are a family no matter what where you're looking at this, and even with insurance companies, because always remember, nurses and doctors actually do work for insurance companies at times. So to end with this, the Starseed Oracle. All right. So I'm seeing the courageous peony. It's multifaceted, unique nature, and let yourself be seen. Don't be hiding in the shadows. It says, I remember the soul plan, the fated life, and the destiny life. When you actually look at your patients everywhere, actually know that they have a right to say no. That is one of the biggest messages that keep coming through, that they are, in a way, when you walk in, innocent towards you until it plays out. That's nasty, whatever just came out of my mouth. I don't know where that came from, but that is really nasty. So when I hear this, I actually say light body, crystal grid, transmission, and activation. That means something else is going on by the end of the week. I say Saturday. By a Saturday, there's something else going on, and then it kicks up again. But I feel that it does settle pretty quickly. There is some sort of common ground of a perspective, and I wouldn't worry at most. But in actuality, I would say pleasure, joy, make love to life. Let's dig on that, on why that would just pop out of my mouth as a psychic, because that's actually derogatory to existence unknown. All right, White Sage Tarot. There's some sort of passionate beginning all of a sudden by the end of the week. That's a type of trickery. That's how fast energy can go to try to complete a cycle. It is so health driven and high driven to haven driven to had driven that it makes it a solitude. That is how quick it is. It is snuffed out. It is well druid. It is well known to be it known to know contentment. It is witchy. It is a lack of the term of what they call a female dog with the letter B to get inheritance again. That's all you need to know. So here we are, back to reality, and that's all you need to know. With that being said, that is the holistic with an H review of the week with this elections that have been going on. Have a good night. If you have questions, you have concerns, email me, send me a message. If you feel like I've been doing a good job, go ahead. I have Cash App, I have Venmo, and I have PayPal. Please send a donation. That would be great. And I will talk to you all soon.